Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here and welcome back to Red Alert Global League. I got this replay in my inbox and it just said, watch this. So it's exactly what I'm doing, and I'm also inviting you to watch it with me. The opponents of the day are Doomsday, spawning in as Ukraine, and his opponent T, spawning as Ukraine as well. I think both of them have gone for lots of Russia play or lots of Soviet play in general, and it doesn't strike me as a big surprise here that both of them are going for Ukraine. We're seeing this become more and more popular, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of big explosions, so why not Russia? Why not both? Why not Zoidberg? Alright, we're seeing a more aggressive opener for Doomsday. Seems to be a 10 stack of rifles, also killing a civilian in the process to get that sweet ganja fire going there on the crates. Oh yeah, inhale. Just 420 8-bit voice. But we've got a way better positioning here for the rifle infantry from T, and a small early victory. Trying to test the waters here with these shots. Oh, that's some nice shots onto the force fire, onto the ground. Thing is here, Doomsday has got more infantry, but he doesn't know that because he doesn't have a scout yet. And in the early infantry engagements, one of the biggest player skills is assessing how much infantry your opponent has gone for. This is just a 5 stack, and thus a 5 stack was able to successfully defend from 15 or maybe 20, no, 15. 3 killed, yeah. There we go. Now he's moved out and now is running into that concave from Doomsday, and thus evening up the playing field. Got a 1 oil derrick for his troubles. But Doomsday is gonna get the better end of the trade. He's gonna get 3 at least, plus his back end oil derrick if he doesn't forget about it. Yo, a couple of words about Red Alert Global League while we're in the idling phase of the match. What happened is the new website is online. It's ragl.com, pretty easy. It's, I think, coded by Corrode and lots of other contributors, you know, Point One, Blackened, Jazz. I think Net Nazgul is doing like the frontline reports every week. A couple others. If I forgot to mention you, sorry, but check them out. It's a pretty cool replay site. I'd say a pretty cool site now. Cool design. Also, in my matches, I'm currently 8-2 because I dropped my first 2 points to Gatekeeper, and that also those were 2 matches that were highlighting the new stance changes, as he was just, I lost an early engagement in game 1 and he was just pushing into my base relentlessly, and I had no way to stop him. Like, stopping his snowball is much harder now. Let's see if we're gonna see a snowball in this game as well, but considering the length of the replay, I wouldn't expect that. Maybe it's 30 minutes of chatting, but hey, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Don't know it yet. So, what happened here is Doomsday went for a double ref, and he's got much more assets on the field right now. Let's see. It's yeah, it's at least a 2k difference. Oh, he's going in. Gotta find the engineer snipe, let's see. But the rocket soldiers are going to cut him off. Oh, and that's a pretty expensive early loss, especially considering you went for an early war factory. What that does is Doomsday was able to pump more infantry in the early game and could capitalize here by just getting 3 oil derricks. And T went for a war factory opener. War factory first puts you behind in the first like 3 minutes, I'd say, and after that it starts outscaling due to the amount of harvesters you're gonna get. So much more early field presence, and Doomsday just made it work. Highlighting one of the strengths of this build here. 5 harvesters, service depot, fairly standard. 5 harvesters, and no service depot yet. Instead we've got quadruple racks. So we're seeing much more infantry being pumped here now for T now that his eco has scaled up. Agenda has received a couple or numerous alterations over the course of its lifespan, but this one here is just the oil derrick. One of the back-end oil derricks has gotten taken away. I also would love to see those juicy parabombs in the mid to late game. Considering both are Ukraine, you know, there's a possibility of parabombs. That's what the weather forecast is telling us here. 2 APCs and a 3rd APC before the first MCV expansion, so that's a pretty aggressive build. T wants to go oil derrick hunting. He's yep, his favorite pastime here. Just hunting those oil derricks, and There is currently no way for Doomsday to do anything about it because it doesn't have a meat shield. It didn't go for the triple APC. That's a very good way of stopping at least the economical snowball. Yeah, good call here. Should cull the third Derrick as well. It's gonna do so momentarily. Alright, some good play. And now we're gonna check the econ tab once again. Doomsday is ahead by a large margin. He's also opted for the first eco slide already. So that's a pretty good and aggressive play so far. So far I would put him ahead. Simply because T doesn't have an actual expansion yet. His MCV is gonna come online right now. There she pops. Isn't she a beauty? And probably gonna take the backwards expansion if he... Oh, T has some nice game sense. He could have gone for the middle and he would have immediately lost his MCV to an entire blob. But instead he opts for the top right expansion, as it seems. As it were. 3 APCs just scouting. Don't find any stragglers here. Oh, and the Raider Dome has been popped. Immediately scouting the construction yard of Doomsday in the process. Now, okay, this is gonna be an interesting line of play here. Very good concave of the infantry from T so far. He's also got line of sight advantage. The APC is going in, not finding any crushes. The line of sight advantage is just so big, and the entire blob just shredded to pieces in a matter of mere seconds. T, wow, what an impressive hold here. Construction yard from Doomsday going down. No shenanigans here. No shenanigans to be had. That's a very decisive early victory. And if we are to look at the combat tab after this engagement, this is gonna look a bit brutal. 16k over 8k. That's just what I figured here. Go figure. And now it all depends on whether or not T can push forward and claim a couple of his expansions. Raider Dome being powered down, this So Scared move. Power it down because it's 20 power of 40 and then never turn it on again for the rest of the game. Oh, speaking of So Scared, apologies for not having a Tuesday stream announced this week. I simply didn't have the time. And I was too lazy to even... Or, not too lazy, I was too busy to even call it off. So yeah, the Tuesday stream is gonna happen in 2 weeks. And there's just... I'm gonna cut my losses. There's just one stream that didn't happen. Alright, first V2 coming online. T opting for the tech play, and we're seeing mobile flag transitions for Doomsday. Probably scared of the V2s, seeing as considering he's scouted the Raider Dome he has, yeah. Oh, this could be such a brutal path for the APCs. If they go in for the crushes now, if they stop being idle. Oh, doesn't find it. The block from the APC was too strong. The other one doesn't find a path either. Oh my lord! How did he not find his way in? He was just a bit idle for a bit too long here. If T had opted to go in earlier with the APCs, he might have crushed the entire blob and probably ended the game right there, right then. But as it stands, we're looking pretty good. It's looking pretty even. Couple infantry, and the first yak out for T, so the timer is ticking down. Yes, yes, yes. Production. Oh, the parabombs got a production timer decrease. They are now on 5 minutes instead of 6. Can come online just that little bit much faster. That little bit faster than before. Oh, there's a move command from the mobile flag. Going on a scavenger hunt for the yak, but the yak is obviously just way too mobile. Never gonna happen, buddy. He's sending his V2 forward, probably sniping the barracks here. Yeah, you know, it's freebies. It's 500 credits down the drain. Good thing to do. And we're seeing a mass yak build here. I don't know. Mass yak builds don't scale versus mass infantry. Thing is, they can never get as many snipes as they need. And the yak is simply not cost effective if you run it into a blob. On the off chance that it gets a nice crash in, but usually it just fails. We're seeing after the eco slide, we're also seeing an eco transfer. And Doomsday has opted for a weird radar position. I guess it's like a bit safer in the backlines, but I prefer having it in my main base. Simply so I can go for some anti-air, concerted anti-air that protects both the service depot, airfield, and the Raider Dome. We're seeing a nice little push out, but I don't think this is gonna amount to much. The V2s are there. Oh, good crushes versus good V2s. So pretty brutal on both sides, and what a crash here! T pulling the goalies, sending the entire army in. Bit of an overreaction, overcommitment here. Heavy tanks being added on though. The heavy tanks can at least push around some of the infantry. That's a good call. T doesn't have a Yak yet, it's coming online right now. Yak, just... what a glorious bag of sandpaper. Or a bag of explosives, bag of gunpowder, I guess. So majestic to behold when they explode. I love the way you explode, baby. Baby. And 2 Yaks here for Doomsday, who is just going for a scouting run. Oh, the MCV might be caught off guard here. 2 Yaks are primed, and there's a V2 as well. The chances are slim that this MCV is gonna survive. Alright, Yaks are not finding the angle. Nice, nice. The APC just stopping the deploy move. What a great display of micro here. Stopping the deploy move again and again. There is simply no space to deploy here. Okay, the V2s got picked off, and that's a good hit here, but the pressure is on because the expansion of T got sniped, and so he needs to do something about this expansion here, otherwise he's gonna fall behind. That's a lot of rockets. Not any rifles at all, Jesus. What is it with the Yaks going into an infantry blob? He was lucky that the infantry was busy melting the heavy tank to slag. Anyway, he's trying for another strafe. Doesn't happen. That's why Yaks are just not good versus infantry. Just doesn't happen. Just not the way this game works. Oh, we're seeing a text error and an Iron Curtain out for Doomsday, who is in a fantastic position after this. T needs to make some miracles work. He needs to activate his comeback muscles here. Could do so with a couple of V2 rockets, maybe going for a base push onto the 3rd. Also something that I forgot to mention, there are 3 MCVs out for Doomsday, and there's only 1 currently or 1 deployed MCV for T. Secondary MCV being added on right here. Ah! Oh my god, why are you doing this? T, why are you doing this to yourself? Again, 3 Yaks down, and now he doesn't have a spotter. And it takes a while until the next Yak comes online, you know. Those don't come by very cheap. Parabombs being called in. He's baiting in with the tank. That's so smart. The tank is being used as a bait here, but the vector is shitty, as it always is. Come on. Come on, buddy. What are those badges doing? Coming from all the way downtown. And we're seeing... and also a para drop. Probably on the back lines, yep. Okay, let's see, how good are they? You know, chipping away at the infantry blob. It's not the worst. Not the worst trade in the world. Especially considering it's not a trade, it's free. It's just freebies, straight up. A Tesla coil, so smart. Gonna camp the ore field, and this is forcing Doomsday into engaging. Because if he lets the Tesla coil stay up for too long, it's just gonna kill the harvesters. There's a Megan going down immediately. No, not like this. My favorite unit. Falling out of the skies, being swatted out of the skies here. Nice veterancy on the V2s already. Vet 2 and Vet 1 respectively. Very effective. Oh wow! The backline para drop has found a harvester snipe. Accidentally landing right next to the radar dome as well. Depending on how long Doomsday is gonna be oblivious to this, this is gonna be a bit brutal. 3 more Yaks coming in. Here's the counter para drop, and that's probably gonna dislodge of the Tesla coil at least. Oh wow! Second harvester going down. Right there. How is the para drop? Yeah, pretty good. Misses the V2s though. And that's the big cheese here. Okay, both V2s still surviving for the time being. Oh, the MiG! The perfect answer here. As long as he micros it out of rocket range, the MiG can deal with all the armored threats here. And there's the Iron Curtain on a flame tower. Beautiful display. On the other side of the map, Jesus! 2 harvesters going down and the 3rd being heavily wounded already. Wow, this MiG it's been a good run here. Pop goes the harvester, and thus he's down to 3. More and more barracks and flame towers being popped. This Iron Curtain has definitely paid off here. He has paid its dues. Oh my goodness, the paradrop is still there. But neither of the players are actually realizing it's there right now. And the stance changes. I'm gonna talk about this after the engagement, right? So we're having more heavy tanks this time around. The heavy tanks are a much better answer here than the light armor. Can just dispatch of the flame towers. You can just stand and sit in flame tower range and willy-nilly just tank the shots forever. They've got a health buff in this release. Ooh, both harvesters being down to a sliver of health here. Very good display. And that's gonna be the pushback here. Jesus. The V2s are primed onto the Conyard. Doomsday should just undeploy. Undeploy, redeploy, it's fairly quick and easy to do. But he has still not given up on this position. Jesus Christ. The MiG hasn't found any snipes yet. Gonna go for the Tesla coil. Smart. Very smart, actually. And the Doomsday's Conyard on a sliver of health. Let's see, should find the snipe on the Tesla coil eventually. One of the problems with OpenRA right now is that you can't fire from outside the map boundaries. So when the MiG is in the fog of war, it can't shoot. Very nice, very nice. And here is his second Tesla coil. He's gonna kill the Conyard if he doesn't move it back. Come on, do something. No, not like this. The paradrop is still there. It could have killed the radar and the ore refinery 3 times over. Those paratroopers. Okay, now they've found out about the radar dome. Finally got some intel on what's on the thing that's sitting 3 feet next to them. Okay, another V2. And ooh, all the harvesters have survived, but that's a juicy target for MiG snipes. Let's see, are the MiGs back online? One of them is, yeah. 1 MiG, 3 Yucks. Should just go in an armor hunt here. That's the old 52 pickup. Don't let the harvesters get too much health back from the auto regen. Okay. No. Yes, 1, 2. Do we see 3? Do we see 3? Come on. Go for a strafe, buddy. Do it! Just do it! Wow, the radar dome got sniped by the Yucks. Good call here. I think it was in red health anyway. Oh my, what a back and forth game. Yo, this has been super active so far. Really a joy to watch here. Parabombs, the perfect vector. Unfortunately, there is nothing really in their way. I mean, the vector was perfect, the target wasn't. So yeah, it balances out. Pretty good, pretty good. We've got lots of vehicles standing idle in the main base of T, maybe just for defensive purposes. Oh, what a V2 hit. That's what you're buying those V2s for. Another paradrop. I think he wanted to go for the oil derrick, but the oil derrick isn't even taken. So, yeah. Evens out. And this leads to T just establishing himself in the top middle position. Oh wow. The counter paradrop has been a bit less active than the blue paradrop by T. Too bad we have to wait a couple minutes for the parabomb timer. Oh, not for Doomsday though. Doomsday's parabombs are ready. Oh shit, he's going for the snipes. The vehicles, he's finally found the idle vehicles and he's going, I guess, for the curtain. Curtain call. We're gonna see, oh, the MiG. He's gonna snipe in some flame towers. We're gonna see a nice curtain call, I hope. Dude, target the freaking curtain. The Iron Curtain is gonna wreck your day if you don't target it. Another nice run by getting a hold of the eco line. Yep. And I think Doomsday is being forced to pop the curtain here, probably. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Just at the last second. The V2s basically have nowhere to go. There's also a Tesla coil being deployed in their way. So, yeah. But he's sniped another 2 harvesters. How many harvesters is Doomsday on right now? And 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are basically out of war anyway. So it's looking pretty grim for Doomsday. Holy crap, I didn't expect him to struggle this hard. And this is one of the stance changes that I was talking about. They were moved. They were ordered to attack move here. The paradrop was, and it just moved past the ore refinery. It didn't have the ore truck, it didn't see the ore truck at the time being, and they just moved past. Paratroopers were like, yeah, go ahead, nothing to see here. No parabombs to finish it off, and there is a yak though, but that's gonna take a while. Oh, the MiG, it's gotten veterancy. The MiG has accrued some veterancy here. I can't see the overlay right now. Let me check back when it lands. Oh, it's Vet 1, but hey. It's a start, it's a start. I want to see a Vet 4 MiG here. Vet 4 MiG's the deadliest and most mobile unit in the game. Hands down. That's a huge infantry blob. The construction yard for Doomsday is still standing strong, and he's also redeployed a radar though, a bit risky. Sometimes it's just gonna risk it for the biscuit. Oh, that's a valuable snipe. Yeah, that's what I should have done a minute earlier. He's finally sniped the Iron Curtain, so the pressure is off. For the time being. Very good. I think, is he waiting for the parabomb timer? That's gonna... Okay, no, that's still gonna take another 2 minutes or something. Close to 2 minutes anyway. I really like the yak play so far. What I'm curious about is why T is refusing to tech up. He's got half the map. He should go for a tech up as well. Also, these poor neglected gems never being taken. I think it's worth it. If you just send a harvester down there for long distance mining, you know, it's at least 2,000 credits. Oh, the parabombs! What a devastating strike! Jesus! I almost missed it. I was so close to missing it, but no sir, not today. Not today, sir. Jesus Christ. That was a devastating parabomb strike. Ukrainian Postal Delivery Services on the ready. Jesus H. Christ. Holy fuck. Again, teachers trying to make something work with the yaks. Oh my god, 4 yaks being swatted out of the skies. As well as the entire infantry force. A standing force just be obliterated by the parabombs. Wow. Have I ever seen parabombs this effective? Probably not. And there's the nuke as well. So Doomsday cranking it up a notch. Cranking it up all the way to 11. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Well, the front lines are a bit undefended here. Ooh, the MiG can go for a scouting run and just pick off the V2s for free. I think 1 ammo clip holds enough ammo to snipe 2 V2 rockets. It's so cheap and easy. Come on, do it, buddy. Do it! You scouted it, buddy. Look at the damage. Now with Veterancy 1, it just does so much damage to light and armored units. I really love the MiG. Probably my favorite unit in the game, period. So elegant and fast. Oh, the counter parabomb drop, just disposing of, you know, 3 flame towers maybe. We're seeing a para drop onto the nuke silo. Shouldn't be too effective. Yeah. I'm not expecting anything out of this here. Also, they're just being idle because stance changes, buddy. Okay, he's finally realized it. Oh, wow, the crash! Instantly taking down the low health Condyard. Wow, this game is full of plays. Oh my, don't lose the silo to a freaking paradrop. No, Doomsday, what are you doing then? No, not like this. Oh my lord. 2.5k, rip the dream. That was a bit special. That was definitely a bit special. He had the pressure from the nuke. Also had an engineer up, the engineer just sitting there. Yo, where's the Condyard I was supposed to repair? A techie was called in for a hotfix on Condyard number 3. No? No Condyard? Okay. Oh, this MiG is so effective. I love it. I think at Vet 2 it actually has enough damage in its ammo clip to snipe a heavy tank in 1 ammo clip. Pretty sure. Smart play by T as well. Okay. Just getting rid of all the ore refineries means that the income is gonna be so limited for Doomsday. What's he on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not as bad as before, but hey. The tank run by, probably not going anywhere particularly far. And T is playing so infantry-centric. Look at how many barracks he has. Wow. I think it's already got enough ammo to kill in one strafe. Anyway, it's Vet 2 now. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Now up to Vet 5. Give me Vet 5, buddy. But we're seeing a huge push out, and the MCV is just undeployed. MCV is not in construction radius, not in range here. This is gonna be a pretty brutal loss here. 2 expansions being lost by Doomsday simultaneously. I had never expected T to have a comeback in him. And the tier 3 Soviets just not working out for Doomsday at the moment. Losing his nuke silo to paradrop. A bit of a special moment there. Oh, the heavy tanks are lagging behind. And now that they're in, the entire infantry is dead. This is an unfortunate engagement. Doomsday would have won this if the tanks weren't lagging behind. Wouldn't the tanks have lagged behind, but they did. And thus, a stifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. T taking the engagement here, taking it home, and sending his boys forward to march into their demise. Probably tackling the... yeah, going for the advanced power plant. Ah, I love me some MiG snipes. Should go for snipes on the heavy tank as well. What? What? They have just fired onto the infantry. Alright. That's something you can do with MiGs, yeah? Okay, the cleanup crew has arrived. But this is beginning to look very bleak for Doomsday. After him accruing such a crazy lead in the early and mid game, he just threw it. Also, the Iron Curtain has been a vital part of his engagements. It's back online though, so yeah, he could have one more shot at this engagement if he sends the tanks in first now. And maybe, what's the parabomb drop timer? Ready for Doomsday. Oh my god, can he make it work a second time? Can he make it happen? The eco line's being re-established here. Oh, okay. The Yak's just going for a strafe on the infantry, you know. Nothing wrong about that. Chipping away at the refineries. And this is always going to increase the threat of you having to deploy another refinery as well. So you never want to be in this position. Doomsday probably feeling the pressure here. This is the Iron Curtain formation that we've been waiting for. Bring it on, big boy. Bring it on. Fire the curtain. Oh, a bit of a misclick, but hey, doesn't matter. It's a very good vector here. Very good Iron Curtain play. It's gonna push back the army at least for the time being. And now he should just fire the parabombs. Pull the trigger, buddy. This would be such a perfect position to engage in. Oh, he's lost his window. I would have loved to see another paradrop. Or another parabombs. Set of parabombs there. What's the vector? It's shitty. And the counter parabombs. Are they gonna hit anything? He's moving in close to keep them in melee range, keep them tied up, but both the parabombs just going for a horrible vector. T running away from his own parabombs though, let's see. Maybe he's gonna fall for it, maybe he's gonna fall into the trap here. The trap has sprung, and yeah, gets the V2s at least. But again, the MCV's down, and this means that the expansion can't be held. This reminds me of a game of StarCraft. Expansions being sniped left, right, and center. Very active. Both players being very active, never being too stubborn, never just going for a single vector. Always looking for different vectors of approach. Oh! Losing another ore truck to the paradrop. Look at how many idle ore trucks this guy has. Doomsday. 4 ore trucks here, 1 here. And none on the front lines. The ore patch has regrown to a sizable chunk. Oh, T wants to end it. He wants to go straight for the economy. He wants to go for broke, basically. And while the infantry is busy responding, there's another set of vehicles onto the main base or onto the expansion with the airfield. If he snipes the airfield, I think that's probably game. But he's going for the tech center instead, seems like. There's a Tesla coil, but nothing you can't deal with. Oh, again, the Iron Curtain is up. Perfect timing. Just perfect timing here. Everything is in range of the... Oh, the Iron Curtain is gonna go down though. Gonna inflict some significant losses, but the Iron Curtain is down here. And that's the big moneymaker. That's what T was after. Okay, is that a Vet 3 MiG now? Yes, it's Vet 3 now. This is a single volley. A single volley has almost decimated a V2. At Vet 4, I believe they can one-shot V2s. How awesome is that? I mean, good luck getting them to Vet 4, because they need to kill, I think, like 4 times their value. Which wouldn't be as bad, it would be just 8,000, you know? Snipe 4 MCVs with the same MiG, and it's gonna be promoted. Jesus, the flock of Yaks though! That's like 10 Yaks straight up. That's a squadron. Beautiful Yak squadron. Here's the flank though. Oh, how many is he gonna lose here? How many is he gonna lose to the flank trucks? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, still worth it. And there is another push onto the secondary expansion from Doomsday. This game is so back and forth. I can really see why the guy, the man who has sent it to me, has recommended me this replay. A highly recommended replay there, and justifiably so. Oh, I Vet 3 MiG. I haven't seen it in a long time. Here's MiG number 3. But the problem is that T is just playing so infantry-centric. That's where the MiGs don't really shine. He would be better off going for APCs. I would really love APCs with the Iron Curtain to just push around the infantry, and then the rifles could go for cleanup duty. There is another nuke silo. That's a bit ballsy, being in a position where you don't have expansions. He's on, let me see, 1, 2, 5 ore trucks, 6. 6 ore trucks, nothing to write home about, because T has got half the map. And he's also got the Yaks, even though they're just idling right now. Once they're gonna rearm very quickly on 2 airfields, and that's gonna spell troubles! Prepare for trouble and make it double. Oh, the MiGs. Can they find the snipes on the meat shield? Ooh. MiG taking a chunk of damage here, but it's not the Vet 3 one. Okay, this engagement should go in Doomsday's favor, by all accounts. The problem is that most of his infantry is just getting tangled up on the barracks here. That's something I really dislike about the stance changes. Oh my, please don't lose the MiG! No, not like this! Veteran C3, I salute you. I salute the MiG pilot. I know a good pilot when I see one. That was glorious. Okay, MCV redeploying, I think just he needs to retake those scraps of war. It's all that he's got going for him, is that if he can claim those expansions into tier 3. He's got a last MiG in his pocket here. Paradrop, obviously taking the scenic route again. Not gonna do that much again though. Just gonna kill the SAM site, maybe a chunk of damage against the Iron Curtain. Okay, Doomsday is going for a counter push. This is probably only the second time he's come close to the main base. First time was with the failed base push in the beginning. And now, yeah. I don't know, can he make it happen though? Oh god, T has got such an infantry blob here. But it's out of position now, so Doomsday can probably re-establish himself. Okay, tanks going in, and there's no Iron Curtain, mind you. Oh, the flock of Yaks! Jesus! Yaks plus V2s. Alright, I take it back, you know? Yaks are the perfect counter to infantry. It's what I learned today. TIL. Explain like M5. Why are Yaks good against infantry? Spoiler alert, they are not. And that's the brunt of the army. They have taken their sweet, sweet time, but they're out for revenge now. They're out for blood. Oh! There's another Iron Curtain, perfectly timed, but nothing crushable. Flamethrowers as well, so he wants to create an invincible wall for the flamers. What an interesting line of play. I just don't know if it's enough. Unfortunately, he had an Iron Curtain Demobile Flag. He had nothing else there at the time being. Would it have been... Oh, nice. Would it have been an APC, this would have been a dead army. This army would have been crushed beneath the treads of the APC. Is it a treaded vehicle, I guess? I never really checked. I'm gonna find out after the next cast. Or before the next cast. Yo, the MiG is back up to Veteran C1. So far, really good MiG play. He's only lost 1 or 2. Mass flamers plus flame towers. It's just not gonna cut the master against the heavy tank. And that's unfortunate because there is only a single heavy tank. So he needs to snipe this out. Parabombs! But they're a bit too far back, I believe. The meat shield is still alive. No! Yeah, a bit too far back. Again, the parabomb's just taking a shitty vector. And T is not gonna get baited into the parabombs here. Maybe it's gonna crash? No. Unlucky. Really unlucky. And there is just a dispatch of infantry left. Not enough firepower. Ah, that's so unfortunate. And another army just cleaning house in the expansions. Oh my goodness. How many rockets? Like 20. That's a 20 stack of rockets, I'd say. Doomsday just being hamstrung here. He's just being pounded into submission. And the missile silo is still 5 minutes off. That's just not gonna happen anytime soon. A second dispatch of infantry. And I think this is gonna close out the game. By the way, he never took his back, Derek. He did. So it's a small eco discrepancy at least. So many harvesters being lost. And the war factory could be targeted next. He has scouted the positioning. There's the Iron Curtain ore trucks. Pull him! Move him, buddy! Move him! No! It's a bit late here. Okay, road rage. Let's go! Bit sloppy in the micro. Sloppy in the ore truck micro, but then again, how many times did you have to micro ore trucks in this game? I sure as hell don't have to micro them all that often. GG! What a game! Also, great sportsmanship by Doomsday. He was the one who sent it in, he was the one who lost the game. But what an amazing game, thanks for sending it in. This was just beautiful display of Soviet versus Soviet action. We've seen action non-stop, Iron Curtains, lots of parabombs, but the unsung heroes of this match were the parabombs indeed, the paradrops indeed, because one of the paradrops managed to snipe a nuke silo up here, the other one managed to snipe the radar and snipe at least 3 ore trucks, the third one got an ore truck as well, so really successful paradrops there. And this is also, this deserves an honorable mention because this has been a game where T has stayed on tier 2, stubbornly going for tier 2, and Doomsday was on tier 3. He's also gotten the Iron Curtain, he's got some beautiful Iron Curtain plays, but still he couldn't make it happen against the tier 1, tier 2 play, which was so infantry heavy. I think APC's Iron Curtain would have been the better answer, but again, it's just up to personal preference. And a beautiful game from both regardless. In Minions League, this was played. Or, okay. Minions or Recruits. I'm sorry, I don't have the tables in my head right now. Anyway, fantastic game. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.